My name is Karolina Skorek and I'm a fine art and portrait photographer. I've been working as a photographer for the last 13 years. I'm also an educator. I teach photographers and artists how to step up in their work, how to step out of their comfort zone, and how to own their path and own their power. I've started photography as a side project for my MA painting class at the university back in Poland, and it took over my life. I ended up doing an appendix for my MA, exploring the ways that photography can be just like a painting. After graduating from the Academy of Fine Arts in Poland, I moved to Wales, where in 2009 I started my first business. And I started it with absolutely nothing. I had an old laptop, I had a Canon camera and one kit lens. I didn't have a studio, I only had a passion to create and huge support from my family to keep me going. I started shooting weddings, I've started shooting family portraits, any and all the jobs that could come up my way. I've done it just to stay in the market. And I fell out of love with what I do. I've started hating everything. I found weddings uninspiring. I found the family photos cheesy and just not what I wanted to do. So I stopped. I had to stop. I had to evaluate what I wanted. I needed to find that passion for creating I had. Because what I knew was the fact that you cannot create out of hate. Simple as that. I went back to the university. I've done my second master's at Glyndŵr, this time from illustration, and I just got back to the roots. I got back to what I loved the most, world building. I got back to storytelling and just exploring the beauty and the light our world has to offer. Looking at everything with that childlike wonder and getting this kind of magical realism lens to look around us and just exploring the familiar. I felt that excitement of creating images that will move people. My art explores the beauty that is all around us. I do find beauty in everyone and everything. What fascinates me is the exploration of dreams, nightmares filled with symbols and glimmering of hope. I aim to create images that transport viewers into another world. Those scenes might be dark, they might evoke fear, but my intent is for the viewer to come out from this experience stronger and with the hope that there is always light in every situation they might come into. In a way, my images explore and challenge my experiences and my own bravery. Neil Gaiman once said that being brave is not about not being afraid of anything. It's doing something despite being afraid. And I like to feel that this is how I create and how I expose myself in my art. As a child, I had nightmares of being lost in dark woods or drowning in an endless oceans. I dreamed about scary monsters and creatures lurking in the shadows. I used to write about those dreams in a journal and create stories about this. Now I create those images as a mixture of surreal and magical realism scenes where anything is possible. Heavily edited in Photoshop, those images take us on a journey. Being Polish and being born in the mid-80s, I grew up in a time where shops didn't have much in them. People had to make things they wanted. I make most of the things for my photographs. I don't buy the backdrops, I paint them. I make the feathery dresses and the headpieces. And with my love of art history and old master paintings, I was able to create a style where people started to resonating with, and they wanted to learn about it and learn how it's created. So the only natural thing for me was to start teaching it. I love inspiring others and sharing my knowledge. So I created a series of workshops that teach to people anything from studio lighting setups and natural lighting setups, on how to create this painting-like scenes and portraits, to working with non-models and how to pose and direct people to get the results we want. It gives me great joy. I just love seeing my students exceed in what they do. Taking what I taught them and just creating things out of ordinary, things they thought they would never be able to do, or tell stories that they were too shy to tell before. Selling art and being able to support themselves and their families from a place of creation and inspiration, it just fills me with gratefulness, and I'm so happy that I can take part in this process, because I truly believe this world is abundant, and the more we share and we inspire each other, the more we get from it. There's still a lot to discover and a lot to invent, a lot to create, and I'm just excited to see what's next.